T minus 9 minutes. T minus 8 minutes. T minus 7 minutes. T minus 6 minutes. T minus 5 minutes. T minus 4 minutes. T minus 3 minutes. T minus 2 minutes. T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today? How are you doing on this Monday evening? I know some of you are like, Jamal, you are really putting it in. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I guess some people are attacking. Oh, okay. Accept. Melvin Stewart. Of course, Melvin. Thank you. Okay. Some people are writing on the page. Oh, well, I would like, before we even get started, I would like to thank Melvin on Facebook. Melvin is on Facebook and he likes Facebook. My boy Melvin from Facebook. Thank you for your kindness and generosity and donation to the page. Melvin, thank you for your kindness and generosity. Melvin Stewart, thank you for your kindness and generosity and your donation to the page through Venmo. Thank you. Thank you, Melvin. That's a shout out to you. That dance for you. Thank you for the love you sent me. Thank you for the kindness and generosity and donation to the page. I appreciate that. Donald Trump is sending out the Marines. He's not playing. Tonight, a lot of places I'm showing, and I know for all the Marines who are watching, Stacy, I joke around with Stacy and I say, former Marine, but there's no such thing as a former Marine. I know that's the one thing I know I can say that kind of like Stacey ain't gonna cuss me out yet because his name is Jesus is the answer on Facebook. But yeah, pretty much once a Marine, always a Marine, unless you do something traitorous, as they say. Then they don't care about you. But they are actually attempting to blame this all on Trump. Once again, the Democrat Party is running out here with their friends saying, "Oh, this is a mostly peaceful protest. This is a mostly peaceful protest. This is a mostly peaceful protest." Then you got many saying, "Oh, then don't forget January 6th. January 6th is nothing like this." Let's go on tell you what we seen in LA is nothing like that. What we saw January 6th was nothing like George Floyd, St. George Floyd. Oh, the fentanyl man that I bad. We're Bishop Mama. And thinking I'm not good. George Floyd riots. People have lied and tried to equate the George Floyd riots in January the 6th. Let me say this. The numbers and the people who died during January 6th, one person was shot. One person, Ashley Babbitt. And she was shot through a door without a warning shot or anything. But they did say, clear the halls. Ashley Babbitt was shot. That's the only person was shot. Nobody else was shot. In California, people are quote unquote worried that this is going to spark a lot of heated protests. No, what this should spark is American citizens. If American citizens don't stop it, then that's what law enforcement is for. And the United States Marine Corps and military. You got some people who want to say, oh, the last time military troops was used against a governor's will was 1964, National Guard, Alabama sent in troops or whatever, when civil rights movement. There is some things more important than the civil rights movement. And I'm going to say this right now. A lot of this lawlessness came out of the civil rights movement. A lot of this lawlessness came out of the civil rights movement, and it should have never been allowed. MLK did not want this type of lawlessness, but it kept being associated by a lot of the young leaders in the civil rights movement. The whole Kent State, quote unquote, Kent State happened because people were throwing rocks, sticks at the National Guard. They returned fire. You don't have a constitutional right to throw bricks, Molotov cocktails at police. And that's what's been going on. Some of the worst violence toward our police since the George Floyd riots. And then President Trump should have released the hounds then. Donald Trump should have released the hounds back in 2020. Because people think this is acceptable. And truth be told, George Bush sent the military and the Marines to LA during, guess what? The Rodney King riots. Whenever Americans or whenever people in a nation believe that it is okay to burn, loot, to get your voice across, then you have anarchy. You don't have a lawful nation. I'm going to tell you right now, America ceased being a lawful nation when you had the Watts riots. That's what they was called, the Watts riots. You had the Watts riots, and the military was sent in then to stop them. And people were saying the police was using too much and the National Guard was using too much force, so they wanted to start scaling it back. No. The people at Kent State got what they deserved. The people at Kent State got what they deserved. The people, let me say it for anybody in the classroom who don't, the people at Kent State got what they deserved when the National Guard used lethal force. The courts looked at what the rioters were doing and right then said rioting is not protected by the Constitution. Once someone throws a projectile, it's a riot. They used to say the CIA and the federal government would send people amongst the peaceful protests and they would instigate. Well, a lot of us believe that today. They sent people instigate January the 6th. But what happened? Well, people keep trying to, you don't want another Kent State. Actually, we do. Because the law was held, the rioting was stopped, and the court said, yeah, y'all did what y'all was supposed to do. It is becoming a problem that people have allowed minorities to burn, loot, and destroy. Then we have to take our insurance and rebuild it. We have to take our insurance and rebuild this with taxpayers' money. See, people burn down their own cities. And the American people then got to turn around and help pay for what you burnt down. No. No. You're burning cars. You're burning buildings. Why? Over some pedophile murdering, raping illegal immigrants. And Anna Navarro, I'm going to tell you something right now. Disney needs to be sued. This is the perfect time. The people who live in these cities, who are conservatives, should sue ABC over The View. Why is Anna Navarro on The View calling for race riots? She's calling for race riots. She's saying all Hispanics need to come together and push back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Because people are here illegally? You believe because you're Hispanic, people should automatically let you stay over here for free? See, this ain't the first time she done this. Back in 2017, there was 2 little black girls murdered by 2 El Salvadorian illegal immigrants. She didn't say a word. And like a lot of black folk is typing on Twitter and around the internet, black folk need to stay out of this. And this is what one black man said. Black people need to stay out of this. Mexicans don't even really like black people like that. They always showing you some multiracial, interracial. You got the Latino, Mexican, and you got a black man, and they so happy in love. It ain't even like that. Black men been dating Puerto Ricans since 1900. Since the first Puerto Rican stepped off the boat when Puerto Rico became a U.S. territory, black folk was marrying Puerto Ricans and Dominicans. If you lived in LA, those essays didn't get down with blacks. Essays did not like blacks. Essays did not like blacks. And you got some of these dummies on these pages talking about some, if they do this to our brown brother, they'll do this to the black brother. No, they won't. No, they will not. No, they will not. No, they will not. See, I got some people on Facebook think they on Facebook they can talk about all different type of crazy stuff. Let me go on police Facebook while I'm at it. I don't know how folk up there talking about insurance. But that's what's going on. That's literally what's going on. They trying to get black folk in this to, I guess, somehow make things better. I don't understand. Illegal immigration hurts people. It hurts American citizens. But Tom Homan told them, if you don't want me going door to door, picking up people who are wanted, then all you got to do is hold them in jail. We'll come pick them up. There you go. You hold them. We'll come to the jail and pick them up. You ain't got to do no work. You hold them. We'll come to the county jail and we'll pick them up for you. But that's not good enough. That's not good enough. Oh, auntie, she feel because she's Hispanic, she get to dick her nose in everybody's business because she's Hispanic. She feel like her Hispanic heritage give her the right to speak for all Latinos, and the reason why, and you do know Jeb Bush, Jeb was working with her to try to reach Hispanic Republicans. She has been mad at Donald Trump ever since he won and beat Jeb and humiliated Jeb. Jeb and Anna Navarro thought that Donald Trump was going to lose to Jeb. And when she sat there and they was like, oh, Donald, nobody will vote for you. And Donald Trump said, I'm beating you in the polls. Anna Navarro was assuring Jeb Bush that Donald Trump wouldn't win. What's this? Talk about everything but January the 6th. What's to talk about? January 6th lasted 4 hours. The summer of love lasted how many months? Now you got this 3 days. They always try to take what anything Republicans and conservatives do and blow it up and make it bigger than what it was. We can't even equate the summer of love to January 6th. You can't even equate this event to January 6th. But Democrats want to do it because it makes them feel good. And somebody need to tell Democrats, shut up, you sound stupid. They did not even half the damage. But let's go back down memory lane, shall we? I was in high school when this happened.
One is the urgent need to restore order. What followed Wednesday's jury verdict in the Rodney King case was a tragic series of events for the city of Los Angeles. Nearly 4,000 fires, staggering property damage, hundreds of injuries, and the senseless deaths of over 30 people. To restore order right now, there are 3,000 National Guardsmen on duty in the city of Los Angeles. Another 2,200 stand ready to provide immediate support. To supplement this effort, I've taken several additional actions. First, this morning I've ordered the Justice Department to dispatch 1,000 federal riot-trained law enforcement officials to help restore order in Los Angeles, beginning tonight. These officials include FBI SWAT teams, special riot control units of the U.S. Marshals Service, the Border Patrol, and other federal law enforcement agencies. Second, another 1,000 federal law enforcement officials are on standby alert should they be needed. Third, early today, I directed 3,000 members of the 7th Infantry and 1,500 Marines to stand by at El Toro Air Station, California. Tonight, at the request of the governor and the mayor, I have committed these troops to help restore order. I am also federalizing the National Guard, and I'm instructing General Colin Powell to place all those troops under a central command.
That right there is tape from when the Marines entered LA. That right there is from when the Marine Corps entered LA. Now, the difference between George Bush and now and the governor of, I think it was Brown, the LA mayor and the governor of California encourages the riots. The governor of of California encourages the riots. They are telling people it's mostly peaceful lie. See, the Democrat Party and their shields in the media people aren't falling for the mostly peaceful. You know, they blame it on Donald Trump, saying, hey, it's some people, they just want to have a little fun. They just want to see a car or two burn. Nothing much. Why is Donald Trump sending in the Marine Corps? Don't he know they just want to see a car or two burn? Yes. Somebody literally said, what's wrong? They just want to see a car burn. I mean, for you to even utter that out of your mouth on a public news broadcast, you need to be fired.
Large group of people. It could turn very volatile if you move law enforcement in there in the wrong way and turn what is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn into a massive confrontation and altercation between officers and confrontation and altercation between officers. Watching cars burn into a massive confrontation. What is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn. Turn what is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn into a massive. Turn what is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn into a massive confrontation and altercation. Turn what is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn into a massive confrontation and.
There you go. Mostly peaceful my rear end. They found metal bats stashed. There you go. Miss V Long said mostly peaceful my rear end. They found metal bats. Crates of bricks and center blocks. They call that, it's just a few people trying to have fun watching cars burn. Like they're burning marshmallows. They literally just describe rioters as people that are just there. That's all. Just to enjoy a car burning. Nope, nothing wrong here. Nothing wrong here. Just let's watch some people watch and have fun of cars burning. Hey, Rapper 10,000. Hey, remember those terrorists on 9/11 were mostly peaceful. The terrorists on 9/11, they were mostly peaceful. Am I wrong? Are we missing something? Are we missing something? See, the president doesn't need the governor's permission to send in the National Guard. All he has to do is feel that the American people need his help. That's all they need to feel, is that the American people need his help. And law enforcement is under attack. I want you to realize something. Law enforcement is under attack.
Get down! Get down!
Oh!
You see that?
Fuck! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Get down! Get down!
Oh!
They're throwing rock projectiles. That should be met with lethal force. Right then, right there.
Get down! Get down!
Right there. Every last body standing up there on that bridge should be shot. Excuse me. They right there. Everybody standing up right there. Everybody that's standing up here is throwing rocks. They need to be shot. If you're throwing rocks like that, you should open fire. Open fire. That right there. See, here's the thing and what people don't understand. You're not helping the situation by allowing them to continue to believe what they're doing is a constitutional right. As long as if these people believe this is a constitutional right, you're going to have people continuously to do this. This right here should have had. Why are the police cowering under the bridge? I want y'all to notice, this is law enforcement helping each other. They are cowering under the bridge. You cannot maintain control and order if you are cowering under a bridge. The police are cowering under the bridge because somebody can see from a distance or whatever and see the police. They're attacking the police.
Get down!
This is something that looks like you're in a movie. This looks like a movie scene when zombies attack. And people are falling back.
Oh my God, he got fucked. Oh, he's fucked.
And people are falling back. That right there is a city that is losing. And they're losing. I'm sorry. They needed to National Guard. And this isn't just staying in California. One thing about liberals, they know how to organize. Liberals know how to organize. And that's what they are doing. And the reason why we need to use lethal force, because it's rioting is spreading to other states. Take a look. So it's spreading to New York. So it's spreading to New York. Please, please, everybody donate to the page. I hate to keep reminding everybody because when I'm getting on the road, the last thing I want to do is mess it up when I'm asking for the donations needed to keep the page running. Now, they did catch somebody. Oh no, Newsom and Bass, they're not hiding. They're out here encouraging it. They're out here saying the problem is Donald Trump sending in the National Guard instead of the first mob top cocktail is thrown. The first one is thrown. You meet them with lethal force. But here is Pam Body confirming they got the guy.
The cinder block case, Sean. Remember that case? We have breaking news right now. The case where the guy was breaking up the cinder blocks and he was throwing them at police cars. The police officer, the federal officer had injured his hand. He was wearing a mask. The FBI has identified him. Bill Isaly, our incredible U.S. attorney out there working with ATF, DEA, and the FBI have been doing a remarkable job. That guy has just been identified, and they are doing a search warrant on his house as we speak. And he has been identified. See his face. He is going to be on, his name is Reyes. He is going to be on the most wanted list. You have broken the news. His face is out there right now. That's him. He has been identified by great police work by the FBI. So you can run, you can't hide. We are coming after you federally. If you assault a police officer, if you rob a store, if you loot, if you spit on a police officer, we're coming after you.
That's good. That is good. That's good. About time. You have to stop these because this is spreading. It's spreading to New York. It's spreading to New York. And it's going to keep spreading. Well, it's not going to spread in Florida. Florida ain't playing with them. Ron DeSantis is not playing. Ron DeSantis does not play with rioters. Nope. Don't play. And I want to enjoy this with y'all. I want to enjoy this video. Y'all, hold up. Let me kick myself back so we all can watch this video. Where are you at? Cash App. There. Venmo. Please donate. There we go. One more. Actually, you're going to love this clip. I showed it last night, but it's better. This is the entire clip when she thought she was going to walk up there. I'm Maxine Waters. I would like to say Michael Tetawans. I would like to say Michael Tetawans. This is the whole video.
No, I want you to. Hello. Congresswoman Waters. I just came to use my congressional authority.
Shut up, bitch!
To check on baby.
Ma'am, we're logging securely now to all visitors.
Excuse me, I need to get in.
Contact our public affairs office.
I need to get in.
What are you hoping to do, Congresswoman?
I just want.
You serious?
Before I go any further, I would like to thank Miss Robin Robbins. Miss Robin Robbins, thank you for your kindness and generosity and donation to the page through Venmo. Once again, I thank you for your kindness and generosity and your donation to the page through Venmo. Thank you, Miss Robin. Thank you, Miss Robin, for the love you showed me. I appreciate that. Make sure I get everybody. I don't want nobody to say I didn't love hug nobody. But I want you to just place your head and place your mind. They're literally burning down LA. LA is going to look like a war zone, and they're going to demand the American government help pay for this stuff. Donald Trump needs to say no. The National Guard should have been called in, and this should have been stopped immediately. If for those people say they don't want to shoot nobody, that's what fixed bayonets are for. Go on and get your fixed bayonet and you go to work. I'm going to play this clip from Steven Crowder talking about what it is. Let me see. All right. Make sure I have it.
You are one of us! We are not afraid! You are one of us! Put down that gun, you idiot!
I believe that the LAPD has this underhand.
Believe wrong. In hand?
They are very, very experienced in riot control.
Yeah, it happens all the freaking time. It's like you have an issue with it.
We are having an administration that's targeting peaceful protesters.
They do it every time. Shoot on sight.
He doesn't like scenes of people peacefully protesting.
Well, you painted the bus white. What'd you expect?
Shoot on sight. They'll do it. Shoot on sight. Anyone pouring gasoline on a vehicle, anyone throwing bricks or rocks through a window. You know, many people have died, right? Many people have died from that. Shoot on sight. Comment below. Comment below if you think that's too extreme. They want to call us a fascist? Okay, fine. Let's enjoy at least the rule of law and order if we're going to be accused of being fascists anyway. So President Trump has deployed 2,000 National Guardsmen to the city, and he has said that he's prepared to do whatever it takes, and he particularly doesn't like the llama approach that is known from Antifa.
On California, are you prepared to invoke the Insurrection Act?
Depends on whether or not there's an insurrection. No, but you have violent people, and we're not going to let them get away with it.
Do you foresee those protests spreading to other cities, Chicago, New York, for example, in the next few days?
We're going to be watching it very closely, and when they spit at people, you know, they spit. That's their new thing. They spit, and worse, you know what they throw at them, right? And when that happens, I have a little statement. They say, they spit, we hit. And I told them, nobody's going to spit on our police officers. Nobody's going to spit on our military, which they do as a common thing. They get up to them this far away, and then they start spitting in their face. That happens, they get hit very hard.
And here's the thing. There is the chance, and some people are saying that protests could be spreading to other cities. The good news is you have the rooftop Koreans making a comeback. What's
What is that?
Do we have a helicopter?
I know. They're covering it on CNN right now. What's 129?
I'm Lauren Fox on Capitol Hill, and
okay.
this is CNN.
This is CNN breaking news.
That's our roof.
You can't say you want to pass! You'll never pick me back, you bastards! Come on, you're not gonna say it, motherfucker!
What? But Choi doesn't even intern in here anymore.
No.
Yeah, I don't know how he got
there. How long has he been here?
I don't know. It's news.
We got to get someone on that roof.
We'll check it out. I mean, but you know what? Let him do his thing because
maybe they got in the helicopter.
it's like having a rat snake around.
It's true.
You know that it takes care of rats as long as you're okay with the rat snake. Of course, Democrats and the media, but I repeat myself, they're in full force trying to spin this, and it's time for some claim truth. All right, as always, links, references, every single show in the description. You can go check them out. Here's the first claim that you are hearing from the left. And just remember, they're always telling on themselves that Donald Trump is being a fascist.
None of this is unexpected. None of this is surprising, right? We heard on the campaign trail, and we heard even in the last Trump administration, they were itching to send troops in to put down the George Floyd, riots and protests, and they've been itching for a reason.
President Trump said he wanted asked why he couldn't shoot.
That's right.
He can shoot the president.
So were we.
To do it. So of course they don't need to do this.
This guy wants all of the power. He does not believe in the Constitution.
Yeah, what
he
do you
does not
want?
believe in the rule of law.
Yes, I remember that amendment.
How about your citizens who voted for it?
The governor
Third
of
biggest
California,
Republican voting bloc in the country is
mayor of
California.
the city of Los Angeles did not request the National Guard, but he thinks he has a right to do anything he wants.
You told me you got caught up in the tear gas as well. Describe what happened to you.
Oh, just tasted a little tear gas. Tasted like fascism.
No, it tasted like your father's disappointment. So here's the truth, just to be clear. Trump is, of course, executing his executive authority, which he is well within his rights to do to quell an emergency. Under Title 10, the National Guard can be placed under federal authority when the United States is invaded or in danger of an invasion by a foreign nation, or if there's rebellion or danger of a rebellion against the authority of the U.S. government. Okay, so we've already met. You just need one of these. We've already met two. And the third, if the president of the United States is unable to execute the laws of the U.S. with the regular forces. You mean like ICE deporting illegal aliens who cost the taxpayer $150 to $450 billion a year, and the American people overwhelmingly voted to deport? Yeah, actually, he's checked all three. Go ahead and make the argument, please, that it's unconstitutional while you allow folks to burn vehicles in your city as tax-paying citizens, the American workers in California, are trying to go to their jobs and their contributions to society. Here's the next claim. And they're always telling on themselves. Keep in mind, the left. They accuse you of doing that which it is they are doing. They say that President Trump is the one inflaming the chaos.
Oh, wow. I think it was kind of inevitable that you would see this kind of confrontation and pushback because they're now going to these workplaces and in heavily Latino working class communities like Paramount in Southern California.
One of the things that has enraged individuals is to know that there are hundreds of National Guard that have been deployed in our city, and it just seems as though it's an intentional, provocative move to sow chaos in our city.
Donald Trump needs to pull back. He needs to stand down. Donald Trump is inflaming these conditions. This is Donald Trump's problem right now, and if he can't solve it, we will.
Yeah, here's the truth. The ones inflaming it are the ones lighting things aflame. Also, California officials, including that mayor and governor, they've been egging this on from the start. Here is Mayor Bass before the riots even started. Sorry, uncanny clip. Here's the appropriate one.
There were a number of locations where ICE raided today. And, to me, when these things happen, it sows a sense of terror in the community. It's bad enough that it happened at this location.
That would be
but
MS-13.
The way this goes and spreads throughout the community, then people are not sure where they're safe. We are going to fight for all Angelenos.
Watch this.
Regardless of when they got here, whether they have papers or not. We are a city of immigrants, and this impacts hundreds of thousands of Angelenos.
Yeah, over 800,000 illegal aliens who you just said you would protect. That's treason.
I cannot believe that a mayor of one of the largest cities in the world is saying that in the United States, that we're going to fight for illegals to be here, that the only problem is that I showed up in the first place to actually execute the laws. And then Governor Newsom comes out and says, this is Donald Trump's problem. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well,
nothing is that guy's problem.
How long before the LAPD turns against their mayor?
Right. Well, it's one of those things where it's, and I'm going to get to the next claim, they're not even consistent. It's like when a girl breaks up with you and says, actually, I already have a boyfriend, and it's not you, it's me, and I just want to be friends. It's like, well, which is it? Which has got to be one of them. You're just throwing everything at me. Because the next claim, contrary to Donald Trump is inflaming things, is actually, don't worry, everything in Los Angeles is actually super peaceful.
On one level, protests are always about images, about spectacle. You might even say it's about theater, and we are seeing that play out in LA. And I think it's valuable to have that perspective as we see some of these pictures, especially as we zoom out and we recognize that the unrest is isolated, is not overtaking the entire city of LA. LA is home to millions of people, most of whom are having a normal day here on Sunday.
Large group of people. It could turn very volatile if you move law enforcement in there in the wrong way and turn what is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn into confrontation and altercation between officers and demonstrators.
Well, it could just be my white privilege talking, but I do harken back to the days where we could stand by and enjoy a nice arson fire.
That's right.
You know, some cities you go to parks or museums or go to the beach or play volleyball. Here in LA, we like to burn cars in the street.
Well, listen, if you've never made a s'mores over a car fire, you're not living.
It's our culture.
It's like grilling with charcoal. You never recreate the fuel flavor from the burning gasoline
it's
tank.
the oil. I think it's the oil.
You got to have the oil, not synthetic. So
we're going to go for a Dodgers game and then burn a car later.
Just think, if they send in the police the wrong way to deal with this these dozen flaming vehicles, hey, it's like eating a Reese's. There is no wrong way to kill an arsonist asshole.
They're talking about burning cars in the street the same way that people talk about fireworks.
I know.
Hey, we're just trying to have fun once a year.
Which, by the way,
it's patriotic.
They also ban in most counties in California because of the droughts. So it's like, in this case, remember, it's kind of like COVID, where, we had to stay in except for the mostly peaceful protests because it probably wouldn't spread outside. And by the way, because some big tech guys who are claiming to be kind of more conservative out there are trying to present this Los Angeles mayoral candidate and also governor hopeful Rick Caruso as a moderate. Let me show you that they're all the same. Here's a quote from Rick Caruso. There is no emergency, widespread threat, or out-of-control violence in LA, and absolutely no danger that justifies deployment of the National Guard, military, or other federal force to the streets of this or any Southern California city. Local law enforcement is capable of handling the situation and should arrest anyone causing violence in the street. We must call for calm in the streets, and deployment of the National Guard may prompt just the opposite. Here's the truth. That's complete and total horse crap, because here's the LAPD chief, Jim McDonnell, saying that the situation was completely out of control and they need to reassess things.
What is your position on the National Guard being deployed? Do we need them here?
Do we need them? Well, looking at it tonight, this thing has gotten out of control. Before I could answer that, I'd have to know more about what their capabilities are, what their role is intended to be able to make that determination.
Yes,
but we have great cops in Southern California here that work together all the time. So we have tremendous capability here. To say that we would go to that right away, I'd say we wouldn't have been there yet. Looking at the violence tonight, I think we got to make a reassessment.
Yeah, and then last night, the LAPD declared all of downtown LA an unlawful assembly.
Right, exactly. And by the way, so that chief says that, and then Gavin Newsom comes out and says, let me be clear, this is Donald Trump's fault. We don't need these people here. And I'm like, but the guy on the ground in charge of the situation just said, I wouldn't have thought so, but have you looked outside?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we should ask them to come in.
But this is why they wonder why they lose the working man's vote.
I know.
Because people are trying to get to work. Oh, those people can't because of burning vehicles and bricks being thrown through their windshield or rocks, whatever you want to call it at this point.
Which, by the way, smells like Somalia.
Yes, yes,
yeah, burning tires.
And then
what's that smell? It's peaceful.
And then the cops, then the working cops want to show up, but their hands are tied, and they wonder why they're losing. As a matter of fact, all classes of people outside from the ultra wealthy elite and those on welfare. No one else votes for Democrats. Do you understand that? By the way, at least 3 cops have been injured. Some attacks on officers have included fireworks, vehicular assault, meaning trying to run them over, Molotov cocktails, to be clear.
Bricks.
Yep. And in an attempt to control the situation locally, LA's friendly California, San Francisco, they did send some extra officers to help with the riots. Yeah, I don't know how useful it'll be, but...
Oh, yeah, I don't think...
It's not going to help.
Here's the next claim that they are making on the left, that the Trump administration is actually in over its head, even though, by the way, it's largely peaceful. We don't need them. But they're in over their head. But the situation isn't something that would be chaotic and something. Donald Trump is destroying the country.
Do you have any confidence that Pete Hegseth will be as principled as Mark Esper was?
Pete Hegseth's a joke. He's a joke.
He's talking like Biden.
It's so in over his head. What an embarrassment. And that's just guy's weakness masquerading as strength. I don't even know he masquerades as strength.
You could wiener slap him on camera right there, and he wouldn't do a thing.
These guys, it's just it's
trying to talk to
masquerade. This guy hangs out at masquerade parties.
I mean, it really is. This is serious. The people's lives are at stake. The reputation of this country is at stake. Great American cities and states. It's not just. This is a preview for things to come. This isn't about L.A. per se. It's about us today. It's about you, everyone watching tomorrow. I promise you. I mean, this guy's unhinged. Donald Trump is unhinged right now. And this is just another proof point of that.
Yeah. So it's Donald Trump's mess, and Pete Hegseth are out of what they're in over their head. Except here's the truth: California's worse off than the rest of the country. So I don't really know that you can blame it on Donald Trump. So, for example, if you look at violent crime, it's higher than pre-COVID numbers in California, significantly higher. In the United States at large, it's lower than pre-COVID numbers. Homelessness is up in California, 31.6% since 2007. In the U.S. at large, it's down 10%. As far as their open borders policies, too, in California, like this is what leads to a lot of it. 1 million driver's licenses have been given to illegals. They've expanded Medi-Cal to illegals, costing the taxpayer about $9.5 billion on just that one. And here's what Newsom said about President Trump's border wall. A 2,000-mile wall is a monument to stupidity, not just vanity, to stupidity. So it's really hard to blame your problems on Donald Trump when California is the sphincter of the United States. And that's really hard to do. It's really hard to do because you have everything. You have all the natural resources. You have a beautiful state. You have to work hard to screw it up.
Yeah.
And to give you an idea, other areas like Oklahoma, Arkansas, other areas are doing better. California, paradise, is doing worse. So if anyone out there can make the case as to why Los Angeles, why California is worse off because of Donald Trump, please comment below. Let me know. What we really are witnessing right now is Donald Trump actually being a president. He has the authority to detain illegals. By the way, he has the public support. So not that he needs it, but he has it. And he has the authority. This has all been caused by California officials, whether it's the governor, the mayor, the city councils. It's out of control. And President Trump, through a mandate of the masses, this is what you voted for, is doing exactly what he said he would do in attempting at least to clean up the mess that Democrats have made in states like California.
If you're gonna fight against guys, you must be victorious. You started a riot, so you have to fight the national guard.
What? Unbelievable. You know what? It would be dumb if it weren't for the fact that they're emboldened. These people are emboldened. They took over city blocks in Seattle.
They let them do it the last time around. What makes you think that they're going to stop this time around? And I don't understand.
Nip it in the bud, shoot on sight. Anyone committing an act of violence against another civilian, shoot on sight, and these will stop.
Yeah, I mean, this is not just a protest. This is somebody trying to stop the federal government from carrying out federal law. They're just deporting people who are here illegally. And you're being encouraged by your citizens, and your mayor literally goes on CNN this morning and all of this weekend, really, and says, if they just wouldn't deport people, we wouldn't have a problem.
Right.
Are you kidding me? At what point do people get removed and put in jail? At what point do you go, hey, we got to shoot all you guys on sight? Because, I don't know, you're throwing bricks at cop cars that are traveling under an overpass, and that kills people. That's attempted murder.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane. So
anyone who tries to light a vehicle on fire, the moment they lift the gasoline can, there should be nothing left but a pair of shoes and the gasoline can twirling on the ground where that person used to be. Also, look, hey, you're flying. I have zero tolerance. You're flying go to Mexico. Go to Mexico.
I heard it's great.
There's no one who loves Mexico more than anybody on earth than the people who fled that country. But if it's so great, why do you feel entitled to be here? And you know that we're not allowed in Mexico to do this. We're not allowed to protest. We're not allowed to own waterfront property if we go to Mexico.
Which is the only property you want in Mexico, just to be clear.
Let's be honest.
Come on.
The entire country sucks outside of some very slim waterfront.
That's true.
Vagina is exactly what I would say if I wasn't here on YouTube. So go and subscribe on Rumble. Same channel where free speech is actually alive and well. Or you can stay here and